Picture this, a luxury hotel suite in the entertainment capital
Of the world. The year is 1966, and downstairs, chairman of the board is hosting another legendary after-hours gathering. Upstairs, America's most iconic cowboy is staring at his vibrating ceiling, watching the clock tick past 3 in the morning. 3 polite phone calls have already been ignored. Now Duke Wayne is getting dressed. What unfolds in the hallway over the next few moments will become one of Hollywood's most jaw-dropping confrontations, a story whispered about in studio backlots for decades. Let me take you back to how it all began. The telephone sits on the nightstand, mocking him. John Wayne picks it up for what feels like the 100th time tonight. His fingers dial the numbers slowly, deliberately. When someone finally answers down in suite 312, Wayne's voice carries that unmistakable rumble, the one that's commanded movie screens for 3 decades. This is John Wayne in 412. The response he gets is worse than silence. It's laughter. Then a click. Wayne lowers the receiver and stares at it like it might explain something. The digital clock glows 3:17 in harsh red numbers. Above him, or rather below him, bleeding up through the floor, music pounds relentlessly. Piano chords crash together. Somebody's butchering a popular standard. A woman's cackle pierces through the bass like broken glass. He's been horizontal since midnight. But sleep, that's been impossible. His hands aren't steady anymore. Not because of fear. Duke Wayne doesn't do fear. It's exhaustion, pure and simple. The kind that makes your bones feel hollow. Here's what makes tonight different from any other sleepless night. At 9 this morning, Wayne has to throw himself off a galloping horse in temperatures that'll hit 1110 degrees. He's 59 years old. 24 months ago, surgeons removed a significant portion of his lung. Cancer, the big C. Now he's operating on borrowed time and one functioning lung, and tomorrow's stunt could be the one that finally breaks him. The music cranks louder. Someone's decided this party isn't quite loud enough yet. Before we dive deeper into this showdown, I need to ask you something. Have you ever dealt with a neighbor who just wouldn't respect basic courtesy? Drop your story in the comments. I guarantee none of them top what's about to happen here. Let's set the scene properly. Las Vegas, June 1966. The Sands Hotel stands tall on the Strip, its neon blazing even at this ungodly hour. Wayne is in town because Howard Hawks is directing him in a major western called El Dorado. It's big-budget territory, the kind that requires the studio to rent out an entire floor of a premier hotel for cast and crew. Wayne's accommodations are straightforward. A bed that should be comfortable, a sitting area he'll never use, and a window with a view of the Strip's garish lights. No extravagance, no excess, just a place to crash between brutal shooting days that start before dawn and end after sunset. An hour north in desert locations where the heat doesn't just beat down, it tries to kill you. Directly beneath Wayne's feet, in suite 312, lives a different reality entirely. Frank Sinatra occupies that space. Sinatra isn't working on any film. His job is entertaining the high rollers at the Copa Room 5 nights weekly. After those shows end, his suite transforms into Las Vegas nightlife headquarters, mobbed with wealthy gamblers, gorgeous showgirls, and whoever else can talk their way past the door. At 50 years old, Sinatra still radiates that magnetic charm that built his empire. He parties with the energy of someone half his age. Wayne, 9 years his senior, feels ancient by comparison. They'd crossed paths in the lobby earlier that evening. A brief nod, nothing more. Professional acknowledgement between 2 men who inhabit the same industry but live in completely different universes. Their political views couldn't be more opposed. Sinatra champions liberal democratic causes. Wayne plants his flag firmly in conservative Republican soil. But ideology means nothing when it's midnight and someone's piano playing is drilling through your floor like a jackhammer. Wayne's chest carries a scar, a wicked reminder of the 1964 surgery. When exhaustion sets in, that scar starts talking to him with sharp, insistent pain. It's talking to him now, screaming really, reminding him that one more fall from a horse at his age, with half his lung capacity missing, could write his final scene. Not just the end of his career, the end of him, period. The second phone call goes even worse than the first. Wayne can hear the party in full swing behind whoever picked up. The voice on the other end starts polite enough, but quickly shifts to dismissive. Why doesn't Wayne come downstairs? Have a cocktail? Loosen up a little? Wayne's jaw clenches so hard he thinks he might crack a molar. He doesn't want alcohol. He wants what any reasonable human being wants at this hour: silence. The voice transitions again, turning cold as January in Montana. This gathering is private. If Wayne's got problems with it, perhaps he should contact hotel management. Click. Wayne holds the dead phone in his hand. Heat floods his face. That scar tissue starts throbbing. Stress triggers it every time. He punches 0 for the front desk. A woman's professional voice promises immediate action. She'll dispatch someone to address the situation right away. 10 minutes crawl by like wounded animals. The music doesn't decrease. If anything, it amplifies. That same woman laughing like a hyena. Someone absolutely destroying luck, be a lady, with their off-key warbling. Wayne dials the front desk again. Has anyone actually gone to 312? Yes, she assures him. The manager personally spoke with someone at the door. They promised to reduce the volume. Wayne's eyes drift to his ceiling. The throbbing, vibrating, impossible to ignore ceiling. They've reduced nothing. He terminates the call, sits on his bed's edge, stares at the floor that won't stop smoke beneath him. Tomorrow's stunt is legitimately dangerous. Falling from a horse requires precision timing. Miss your mark by inches, and you don't just get bruised, you get destroyed. At 59, operating on one lung, that kind of damage doesn't heal. It ends you permanently. He considers another phone call, knows it's pointless. The front desk can't control Frank Sinatra. Nobody controls chairman of the board, not in his town, not at 3 in the morning. Wayne lifts the receiver one final time, dials 312, it rings, and rings.
And rings. Nobody bothers answering.
He hangs up, feels something crystallize inside his chest. Not pain exactly, something sharper, cleaner, anger that makes decisions simple and obvious. He stands, pulls on his pants, shoes, leaves his shirt hanging loose. No jacket. Opens his door, steps into the corridor. The elevator sits at the hall's far end. Too slow, Wayne hits the stairwell instead. One flight down, his breathing comes heavy. Not from physical exertion, from pure adrenaline pumping through his system. Suite 312. End of the hallway. Music bleeds under the door like the suite itself is hemorrhaging sound. Wayne can distinguish individual voices now. Men's laughter. A woman shouting something incomprehensible. Piano abuse. Glass bottles creating their own percussion section. Wayne approaches the door, raises his fist, pounds hard enough to hurt his knuckles. The music continues uninterrupted. He hits it again harder, 3 solid blows that echo down the corridor. The door swings open. A man fills the doorframe. 6'3" easy. 240 if he's a pound. Dark suit, no necktie. Professional muscle. The kind of bodyguard who knows exactly what he's being paid for. Recognition flashes across the bodyguard's face. He knows Duke Wayne. Everyone in America knows Duke Wayne. But right now, at 3 in the morning, Wayne's just another old man in rumpled clothes, who showed up uninvited. The bodyguard's tone starts polite but dismissive. It's awfully late. Perhaps Wayne should return tomorrow during reasonable hours. Wayne's response is one syllable, no. The bodyguard's smile suggests amusement rather than hostility. Mr. Sinatra is entertaining important guests. This is a private function. Wayne moves forward. The bodyguard shifts position, blocking the entrance completely, plants his palm against Wayne's chest. Not violently, just establishing a physical boundary. Wayne looks at that hand, then at the man's face. Move. The bodyguard's smile expands. Something about this being real life, not some Western movie script. Wayne stands perfectly still. 1 second passes. Then Wayne's right hand comes up fast, a backhand that catches the bodyguard square across the jaw with everything Wayne's got. The man's head whips sideways. His eyes go wide with shock and pain. His knees give out. He hits the floor hard. Wayne steps over him like he's a piece of furniture, grabs a hallway chair, places it on top of the fallen bodyguard, not to injure him further, to keep him there. Stay down. Wayne walks into the suite. Everything stops. The entire room freezes like someone hit pause on reality. 8 people, maybe 10, hard to count through the cigarette smoke hanging in the air like fog. 3 men in expensive suits, 30s, money written all over them. Frozen mid-conversation with cigars suspended halfway to their mouths. 4 women in showgirl dresses that cost more than most people's monthly rent, cocktails clutched in manicured hands. 1 woman near the window passed out cold in a chair, oblivious to everything. And Sinatra, standing at the piano, scotch glass in his right hand, left hand still touching the keys, staring at Wayne with an expression that's trying to process how John Wayne just materialized in his suite at 3 in the morning with his bodyguard sprawled in the hallway. Wayne stands in the room's center. White shirt untucked, no jacket, sleeves rolled past his elbows, hair messed from a pillow he couldn't use, face flushed red, both hands clenched into fists. Behind him in the doorway, the bodyguard clutches his jaw, blood on his lower lip, chair still pinning him down. Looking up at Wayne with genuine fear now. Nobody breathes. 5 seconds of absolute silence. Then Wayne speaks, voice quiet but absolutely controlled. I called 3 times, Frank. Sinatra sets his glass down on the piano with exaggerated care. Wayne takes 1 step closer. The guests instinctively press backward. I'm 59 years old. I've got a stunt sequence in 6 hours in 110-degree heat. Sinatra's mouth opens, closes. No words emerge. I asked nicely. You people laughed. Wayne keeps his eyes locked on Sinatra. Party's over now. Silence stretches. Wayne glances at the bodyguard still on the floor. Get up. The man rises slowly, his jaws already swelling. He maintains his distance. Wayne's voice softens slightly. You did your job. No hard feelings. The bodyguard nods, walks past Wayne, past Sinatra, exits through a side door, gone. Wayne turns to the guests, doesn't say anything, just looks at them. 1 woman snatches her purse. Another follows immediately. The 3 men exchange quick glances before moving toward the exit. Nobody speaks. Nobody makes eye contact with Wayne. They simply leave. In 30 seconds, the suite empties completely, except for Wayne and Sinatra. Footsteps pound in the hallway. A man in hotel uniform appears. The manager, mid-50s, balding, sweating despite the air conditioning. He surveys the scene. Wayne, Sinatra, the overturned chair, scattered glasses everywhere. His voice comes out panicked. Wayne holds up 1 hand. I was never here. The manager's face drains of color. Yes, sir. Your man outside fell. He was drunk. The manager starts to protest. Reads Wayne's expression. Recalculates. Yes. Very drunk. The manager vanishes. Wayne turns to Sinatra. Sinatra's sitting on the piano bench now, staring at the keys. He looks smaller somehow, older than his years. He didn't have to hit Tony. He put his hand on me. Sinatra nods slowly. Fair enough. Silence descends again. Heavy. Not hostile exactly, just the massive weight of 2 stubborn men, realizing they both pushed too far into territory. Neither wanted to occupy. Sinatra looks up. You're right. I was being an ass. Wayne doesn't respond. We're not kids anymore, Duke. No. Sinatra stands, walks to the bar, pours 2 scotches with steady hands, holds one out toward Wayne. Wayne shakes his head. Sinatra sets it down, drinks his own, gets some sleep. Wayne walks to the door, stops, looks back. Good punch, Sinatra says. Wayne's lips twitch, almost a smile. He leaves. The hallway stands empty. Wayne finds the stairs again, climbs 1 flight, opens his suite door, sits on his bed's edge. The hotel is quiet. No music, no laughter, no vibrating floor. Wayne lies down, closes his eyes, sleeps for 4 hours deep, dreamless, complete. 7 a.m. he's up. Shower, dress, drive to location. The makeup artist notices dark circles under his eyes, applies extra concealer, asks no questions. Wayne sits in the chair, silent, staring at nothing visible. First take on the horse fall. Wayne misses his mark by 6 inches, hits the ground harder than the stunt coordinator planned. The entire crew rushes over. He waves them off. Again, second take, perfect. But it costs him everything he's got left. His chest aches. That scar pulls tight. He's running on fumes and willpower. Lunch break arrives. Wayne locates a chair in the shade, sits, closes his eyes for just a second. Someone shakes his shoulder. "Duke, we're back in 5. He'd been unconscious for 40 minutes. The production assistant looks genuinely worried. Wayne stands, brushes dessert dirt off his pants. "I'm good. Let's go." Howard Hawks watches him all afternoon. Finally asks, "You okay?" "Fine. Just didn't sleep well." Hawks nods. Doesn't push. They've got a movie to finish. June 1979. UCLA Medical Center. Wayne is dying. Stomach cancer. Final weeks. His daughter Isa sits in the corner gripping a magazine she's not reading. A knock. A nurse announces visitors. Sinatra walks in. Barbara Marx behind him. Sinatra's 63 now. Impeccably dressed, but older. Grayer. The years show. Barbara kisses Wayne's cheek. Sits across the room quietly. Sinatra pulls a chair close. Sits heavily. Looks at Wayne. Long silence. Then Sinatra speaks. "Remember Vegas?" Wayne's eyes crinkle. "Which time?" "Tony." Wayne laughs. It hurts. "He deserved it. You didn't have to hit him that hard." "Yes, I did." Sinatra smiles. Shakes his head. "We were idiots. We were young." More silence. Barbara stands quietly. Whispers about finding coffee. Leave. Sinatra and Wayne sit. 2 old men. One dying. One watching. Finally, Sinatra stands. "Get some rest, Frank." "Yeah, thanks for coming." They shake hands. Long. Firm. Both knowing this is goodbye. Sinatra walks to the door. Stops. Looks back. "Still a good punch, Duke." Wayne smiles. "Still an ass, Frank." The door closes. Wayne lies alone. Stares at the ceiling. The memory is there. Crystal clear. Vegas. 1966. The night he knocked on Sinatra's door. The night 2 stubborn men finally understood each other. He closes his eyes. That's the story of how Duke Wayne settled things with old Blue Eyes at 3 in the morning in a Las Vegas hotel. 2 legends. 2 completely different men who found themselves in a situation where somebody had to stand up and somebody else had to back down. What would you have done in Wayne's boots that night? Would you have kept calling? Gone to bed frustrated? Or would you have done what Duke did? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And here's something I need to mention. Most of you watching this right now haven't hit that subscribe button yet. If you want to hear more stories about the real American legends who built Hollywood, do me a favor and subscribe. Let's keep these stories alive together, because they sure don't make men like John Wayne anymore.